So in the clip you just saw around the requesting accountability, we actually showed you how to use it effectively. So what we're going to do right now is just do a very mini demonstration of what happens when it's not done effectively.
Great. So, Lori, how are you doing with that assignment?
I think I'm doing okay with it. Yeah, I'm just about done. I think that yeah, I should have it done in the next day or two.
Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to reading it because
Okay.
I mean, we've been talking a lot about it and having yeah, there's a lot of people waiting to hear about this, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, good.
Great.
Good. Thanks.
Okay,
All right.
thanks. So just to debrief that quickly and what it was that didn't work around that, the primary pieces really were that it was so loose, right? There was no clarity about when the report was going to come in, and not even
in the next day or two.
in the next day or two,
Yeah.
right? So there wasn't certainty, there wasn't clarity, and that leads to confusion. It leads to misunderstanding. It leads to frustration in a few days' time when the report is not on someone's table, and suddenly it becomes a big deal when it wasn't at the time that the conversation was happening.
Yeah, and just one thing to add, it actually has set up two very different sets of expectations.
Right.
Right? Because it was so loose that I probably figured I got a day or two or three or four.
Right. And I'm thinking one, but actually thinking that I'm giving you leeway to two.
Right.
But in my brain, it's like in the next day, it's going to be on my desk.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's creating clearer sense of what's actually required, when it's required. That's what accountability gives us. And I would say, unfortunately, in a lot of organizations, this is a typical situation, typical scenario that does happen, that the conversation is loose, and as a result, the commitments are not clear, and then ensuing frustration that leads to other problems later on.
And oftentimes, both parties are so busy that days go by before either party even realizes we never even did what we said we were going to do in the first place.
Right.
And it virtually doesn't get followed up almost at all.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Great.
Good.